Looks like he's staying. Hakim Ziyech looks like he's staying. I guarantee you a lot of people are happy. Let's get into the video. Ratoki, welcome to the Kavkas View. You guys already know the deal. We have got a big video for you. And guess what? Today, no Erling Haaland and no Declan Rice. I don't even want to mention those names. I'm sick and tired of talking about those two. So today we have got more stories around one player that's been linked with the club, two players that we don't want to leave, and two players that we can't wait to get rid of. So let's get into the details. Number one, we're going to talk about Hakim Ziyech and how he should be staying with the club, and reports are coming out that he will be staying with the club from reliable sources. Number two, HudsonOdoi looks like he's going to be staying at the club due to the influence of the manager, Thomas Tuchel. We're going to talk about Camavinga links, where his agent came out and said a few bars. And finally, Emerson and Alonso. When are we going to get rid of one of you two and just get you off the wage book? Brothers, you need to play. You need to play, people. But before we get started, I need a big celebration like from all of you. I know a lot of people love Hakim Ziyech, and I know a lot of people love Callum HudsonOdoi. I'm in the Callum HudsonOdoi camp. I think he's going to be one heck of a player one day, and we'll talk about that. So make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's for free. It goes a long way for the algorithm and just for helping me out in general. And in the comments below, let me know, right? Does Hakim Ziyech start now that he's staying? Like, is he a guaranteed starter? Are we stupid not to start Hakim Ziyech? Or is he just not better than Timo Werner and Kai Havertz? Like, I want to hear this. Let's go. So, unless you've been living under a rock, you know there have been crazy amount of rumours. Like, crazy amount of rumours around Mr. Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech has not had the greatest start at Chelsea. In my opinion, a very disappointing first season. The quality of the player is crazy. He is unbelievable, right? There have been numerous factors why his season hasn't started great. Number one, he didn't play football from February all the way till the week before pre-season started, right? He did not play football for that considerable amount of time. Then he got injured in the friendly against Brighton and missed the start of the season. Comes back, had a great game, and that's always the trajectory. You start great and it drops back down. Frank gets sacked, and all of a sudden a new manager comes in, doesn't fancy him. There's a lot of variables that went against him. But at the same time, he's 27 years old, 28 years old. He's in the prime of his career. He should be producing better results. He should be producing better outfits. However, can we give him another year? Yes, of course we can give him another year. I personally, if the right offer came in, I've never hit it, I would sell it. But evidently the right offer's not coming in, and I think he's an asset to the team. He's not a detriment. So if it means he stays, 100%, I'm happy for it. The thing I want to ask now is, are we going to use him, or are we just going to play around and play second fiddle once again? Because I think he's good enough to offer something, and he needs to play. Like, if he's going to be in the squad, let him play. If he's just going to sit on the bench, what is the point? You might as well cash in. So I hope Thomas Tuchel realizes what he has on his hands and somehow finds a way to actually bring him in. And I think a change in formation of going from a 3 to a 4 at the back and having an extra attacking player will only improve Ziyech's chances of playing. And that's a W for me, right? Ziyech playing is a W. But another W for me is Fabrizio Romano again. Like the Ziyech news, Fabrizio Romano is all over the gaff these days. Absolutely on the pedal to the metal. Callum HudsonOdoi looks like he's staying, and this is at the request of Thomas Tuchel. Look, there's a lot of rumours going around that linking the player away from the club. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's signed an ironclad contract. Look, when you get serious P's at such a young age, you block yourself at that club for a long period of time. And this is what's happened with Callum. Callum's stuck at Chelsea. Whether Chelsea want him or Chelsea don't want him, he's stuck at Chelsea. He's earning too much money to go somewhere else, and he ain't taking a pay cut because he ain't stupid. 100k a week for the next 5 years? Mad thing, that's a lot of P. Do you know how much money that is? That sorts him out for future generations. That's how good he's going to be. Like, his kids, his grandkids are going to be fine because of what Callum secured. So that's one thing. But is he good enough for Chelsea? I think he is. I think he's a phenomenal player. You're going to call me deluded. I don't think he's any worse than Jadon Sancho. I really don't. I think the difference between those two is Jadon Sancho's had an opportunity to play. When Callum plays, and Callum plays on the left-hand side of the attack, potent, he's dangerous, he's creative, he's energetic. The only problem with Callum is managers drop him easily. Why? Because he's a young player. This is what happens to young players. He has a bad game, it's end of the world, he's dropped for 3 weeks. He has a good game, there's no guarantee he starts the next game. Let's compare him to, hypothetically, a high-volume transfer fee player. Christian Pulisic, Timo Werner, both of them have a bad game, you get another chance the next week to reclaim your spot in the team. Have a good game, oh, he earned yourself 3 weeks in the team. This is the problem. When is Callum going to get the opportunity? If he's not going on loan, when is he going to play? And when you have Pulisic, Ziyech, Werner, Mount, Havertz, all fighting for one position, big man, there's not enough spaces. I don't know how Tuchel's going to deal with it, but I'm very excited. On to some better news. It is being reported that Camavinga is in talks with Real Madrid, Manchester United, and Chelsea. His agent has come out and actively spoken out that Chelsea are very interested in the player. Real Madrid and Barcelona are very interested in a player. And it may Barcelona, Real Madrid and Manchester United are very interested in a player. And for me, this makes sense. This is a deal that I think Chelsea would be all over. Look, the deal is around £30 million, 30 to 35 million pounds due to the recession that's going on in the French league right now with the TV deal prior to the incident that happened in 2019. We're not going to say it. Algorithm doesn't like it. But all we know is he is available and Chelsea should be interested. This player is phenomenal. He can play deep line playmaker, he can play box to box, he can play in the final third. He's very versatile. And for me, if there was between him and Tchouaméni, I would go for Camavinga. I feel like he's more of a household name. I feel like having French international caps already should mean something. I think at this young age, the fact that Didier Deschamps has put so much emphasis on integrating the player into the squad should tell you something. And if they cost roughly the same amount, personally, I would go for the Camavinga. But I am no expert in French football. So what I have seen is a few Champions League games here and there, 1 or 2 French League games, but that's not a big enough sample size to rule out either signing. So if this happens, I'm very excited due to the reputation that these players have. But whether they're really good in real life and ready to play for Chelsea on a weekly basis, I doubt it. But they'll be great to learn from Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kante. Why not? Finally, last but not least, this story comes out about Emerson and Alonso. We'll start with the Alonso saga first. Alonso is not for sale unless the right price comes in, and this makes sense. Look, Alonso has been on our books for a while, and in a wing-back system, he's very good to have as a squad option. He can come in for random Premier League games, he can play on big occasions and step up with important goals. The issue becomes is when you go to a flat back four and all of a sudden you start asking Alonso to defend one-on-one. Big man, that ain't happening and it ain't gonna end pretty. Alonso looks like Bambi on ice, and he looks like Bambi that's a slow version. He looks like an overweight Bambi when he's running. He's a very good player, technically, as in he can strike a ball clean. He has good instincts where he gets into the box. I don't know why he plays left back. I really don't know. He would be a great late man runner, like a good shadow striker. You know, crosses come in, he's on the end of things. He'd be very good at that. But Chelsea don't want to sell him, and I understand why they don't want to sell him and they don't want to take a loss, but sometimes you have to just get players off the book. Emerson, on the other hand, Chelsea are actively trying to shop him out. Chelsea want £21 million to sell him. They don't want to make a loss. Clubs are not willing to offer 19, and I don't know what's going to happen because Emerson's got an opportunity tomorrow to put himself in a shop window. He's going to start against Spain. And we all know, whether you like it or not, 1 or 2 great games on a big stage that can bump up the transfer value crazy. So whether these Italian clubs are willing to pay the money up front, I don't know. But Chelsea need to consider one of those beautiful deals Marina does. Loan him with an obligation to buy of X amount. Look, we got rid of Morata that way. We got rid of other players that way. It is what it is. I just don't think neither one of the players will be so indispensable where we're panicking because we can't replace them. But it's all love. Both players have won a lot at the club and we respect them, but sometimes it's time to go. Bring Maatsen in and be a good backup. Raise the money for the 2 players that I said we won't need to mention in this video. But this was the Kavkas View. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so glad I went the whole video without mentioning Erling Haaland or Declan Rice. Mad ting, sad ting. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. 500 likes once again. Road to 10k continues. Peace out, I'm out.